What's happening, YouTube family? I'm finally back off the road, messing around with Detroit, getting stuck up there for a little while in the snow, even though I enjoyed it. Happy to have been there. Shout out to the homie T Streams. I am now back to try to entertain you guys with Power Book 4 Force, and this is my episode 4 review. And look who decided to join me to do this review. She's actually going to really be here for every episode. It's the homegirl, the wife. It's Crystal. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
How'd you feel about this episode?
It was good. Like all of them. I don't have any complaints yet. They're keeping me entertained. This was a little bit, not one of those kind of high intense whatever. It's just continuing to build the story, build relationships. Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you followed my live last Monday with me, J Mo, and Moochie Channel, who hang with the fellas, I told you my wife made those delicious, incredible
Lamont,
sex cookies.
No, just go. Keep going. Next.
When I got home, she made me some more of those sex cookies. They were delicious. All I'm saying is you did your thing.
They were sugar cookies.
Sugar sex cookies.
They were not sex cookies.
I'm calling them sex cookies because they are so delicious. It made me want to give her.
Lamont, quit. Just go.
They were good.
Okay.
You put your foot in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
on with the show.
Okay. Well, now that we've gotten that out there, fellas, when you disappear, you got a good wife or girlfriend or whatever you got. They miss you for one day. They will make you some of them cookies. You did good.
Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Tommy. You know who's still in the show for me? Lilli. I started calling her Landmine Lilli.
Oh.
But she is starting to steal the show. And Tommy had to clean up a little bit of a mess that he predicted was going to happen to her.
Right.
So let's take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at the mess Tommy had to clean up because of Landmine Lilli. And we getting a little bit of the truth out of her. Take a look at this.
I'm already dead. That's how you get a cookie. We're in this now. And just like that, I'm up 6-0.
If you're going to kill me, do it. I got Jason to spare your miserable fucking life. While you groveled at your own grave. It was me who vouched for you. I saved your fucking life.
You never should have mentioned New York.
So now Tommy and Lilli, twins, they both use that little finger dagger to kill Serbians.
Right.
And this chick up here is trying to keep score. And I'm just like, chick, what does that have to do with the price of gas today? That you helped him with Jason back then? What does that got to do with anything now?
You vouched for me, yet here we are, and you're about to kill me. So
get the hell out of here, man, with that. And let's take this thing from the top, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? But before we get into it, please go ahead and download the Life Games podcast. Anytime I do an interview with the stars, it goes up there. And speaking of stars, honey, I've got a Hightown star coming this week. This Wednesday, one half of Jesley. Leslie is coming to sit and talk to me. Her name is Tanya Glanz. She'll be sitting right here in my electric couch Wednesday at 9 p.m. You don't want to miss it. And doesn't she look completely different from the way she looks, the way they dress her down in Hightown? One picture looks like Hightown. The other one looks like this chick could be modeling. Look at Tanya. Look at Tanya. Oh, whoa. That's going to be fun, y'all. She said she is really, really ready to come do that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come check me out Wednesday. It'll be fun with Tanya.
The girlfriend we love to hate.
Right.
The girlfriend that shouldn't have been a girlfriend.
Look, I've got a litany of stuff I want to say to her. But at the end of the day, I'm going to save all my jokes and stuff for when she gets here. She says she can't wait. She's ready for it. So we're going to entertain her. But they start this episode out with Jannard and E basically talking about, look, bro, if you want to wear that crown again, are you prepared to do the ultimate sacrifices? which basically saying you're gonna have to kill your brother. You want to get the head of this crown back.
Yeah, kill him or put him in jail. You know, get rid of him.
Get rid of him. You're gonna have to get rid of him. Do you think Jannard is really and truly ready for all that? He bought that life.
He talk a good game like he is, and so now this listening to his spiel made me kind of step back and kind of look at things from his perspective.
Hold on, honey. Hold on. We done got a super chat up in the building. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. My guest, my host, my pal, my brother from Detroit done came through with the super chat. He said, "What's good, my brother? It's you, my brother. We can't wait to see you on Tuesday." And when we get a super chat that large, ladies and gentlemen, we have to give him some kind of video to say thank you. So, honey, which video should I give him to say thank you? Which one you want to see?
I can't see him that good.
We got the black pastor blasting Europeans for calling Jesus white. We've got white people running in the phone truck.
Money reside.
Money reside. Okay, this is for you, T-shirt.
What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. If a whore ain't paying y'all bills, that's the last thing y'all should be worried about.
She picked that, T-Stream. Don't look at me. She picked that one. So that's for you, my brother. I appreciate that. And ladies and gentlemen, Moochella's in the house. Put them hammers up. Subscribe to her channel. We're trying to get her to that next 2,000. Finish your thought about Jannard. Is he really ready to take that crown? And here's another thing I'm going to throw in there for you. Can we really trust E? Because that they were showing a lot of camera angles on him being nosy, listening. Can we trust E?
Right. So 2 points. So one, I'll go just start with the E thing. Probably not, because I think they were emphasizing and highlighting that a little bit, or put the spotlight on that.
this picture right here.
Maybe. Yeah. It's the fact that he said you're the only person that I can trust, and I think E was like, yeah, you can trust me or whatever. That made me, okay, why are they highlighting this? So something gonna happen. What
do I say, honey? Whenever somebody say you can trust me,
don't trust them.
But he didn't say that though. Jannard is the one that said to him, "You the only one I can trust."
Right.
Right. But
yeah. But when they're like pushing that on you, trust me, you can trust me. Why do you want me to trust you so bad? Why? So that's one thing. The other thing is, again, this made me look at Jannard, put myself in Jannard's shoes a little bit, where he was saying, I gave up my life. I was supposed to go to college. I gave that all up for my brother to help run this organization or whatever.
For 15 years while he was in jail.
15 years. Yeah, your youth is practically gone. And this is like all you put in your work and held it down, and now your brother's getting out of jail and you're just supposed to pass it back over.
Yeah. Well, here's one way to look at it. Did he have a choice in taking over the business? Because if he had a choice, he could have made a choice to go to school or do his boxing career, right?
Ultimately, it falls on him.
Right.
It falls on him.
Yeah. Unless the brother was like, look, you have to take this business over for the family or it's going to be consequences for you. It could have been like that. Sometimes in drug families, the head guy goes to jail. Number 2 in line has to do the business or else he's going to be in trouble. So what do you think this situation was with Jay? It sounds to me like Jay made the choice. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it seems like it because it seems like it. Maybe the money was too good. A lot of people say, forget college, I can do that later. Who knows what their situation was back in the day? And the other thing is, who knows what was it Diamond's headspace was when he was younger.
Now they said Diamond was wilding out back when he was young.
Yeah,
right.
But we're seeing the new kind of transformed, mature Diamond who's lived life and can look back and reflect and has a lot more wisdom than he had then.
We seeing the Diamond from the 90s hip hop. We not seeing the Diamond that would be this era's mumble rapper Diamond. We're not getting that version of Diamond.
And you're seeing a more mature Diamond who's learned from life experiences, and so he's not in that wild and out headspace like his brother was back in the day. So I'm sure this Diamond would have given his brother different advice if he could go back and tell him something different. But here we are with someone who, like you said, he's invested his life in this, and I can see why it wouldn't be that easy to just pass it back over,
or for him to have to watch his brother taking all his advice and detail about the organization from some Johnny come lately, as Daddy Flynn would say, a renegade. He's talking about Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
True.
And if
forgetting that Tommy saved his butt, though.
That's true.
You forget about that piece.
Not only did he save his butt, but he saved his adversary's butt too.
Right.
Tommy was the man in the middle of that. So, you know, but end of the day, when you have power, you don't want to give it up.
Right.
And then when you have to relinquish power and you may be still sitting at the foot of power, you want to have some say-so on how that power goes.
Right. And so, like, I completely understand where he's coming from now. Just listening to him rant about how he gave up his life, whatever. I don't care for him too much, but I get it.
Yeah. And the audience can appreciate you having an understanding for what this man is going through.
Oh, good.
When he could have ultimately just said, I'm not taking over this drug game. I'm going to school.
He probably should have. And I'm the Diamond now would have respected that and said, you should have done that.
But the Diamond back then probably would.
Probably wasn't. No.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm also tell y'all who I think was responsible for doing what they did to Paulie's wife. Since the Flynn family continues to think that it was CBI and they knew it was somebody black and they think all black folks look alike, I'm going to show y'all just how racist they really are. You know who I'm going to tell them did it, but I'm going to save that for a little. I'm going to save that for a little bit.
Okay.
Then we get this. This was rather funny and weird. We get JP's son, one of them street dudes out there that listens to Jannard, comes in, and Jannard is trying to actually give him some work, some business. And he's complaining about, you know, finding the soldiers to get the job done. And Jannard basically saying, let me control the mind. You just control them on the street.
Just bring me the bodies.
Right. Now, honey, there's something going on with this son. What is it? Tell the people what's going on with this son, because we saw how events unfolded with him later on this episode. Where's his space? Where's his headspace at right now?
I mean, he's just in the street. Just like he one of them guys where he said, just bring me the body. He a body. He just one of the mindless soldiers who you just send out there to do shoot 'em up work. That's where he is. And it highlights, I think, what Diamond said is you got these guys trying to help protect us or whatever, and they just gonna create problems, create chaos. And so he highlighted that. He trying to think about God. Now I was cracking up with the nicknames, which is
smoke meat, booty cake.
They just got
making up all kinds of names.
Yeah, I mean, which is what it is.
It's what it is, yeah.
But yeah, he's young, he's reckless, and that's what Diamond is telling him we don't need to be involved with.
I see something different with this dude. I see
from this scene.
Well, from the totality of his story.
Okay.
From shooting out his dad's joint, but never robbing it. From this right here, he actually seemed like he has somewhat of some kind of mind up there. He don't seem like the mindless foot soldier. And then with what happens with him later on in this episode, I saw actually a heart in this dude. And we'll get there and talk about more of that in there. But I see something different in this guy. And I can easily see the show sacrificing, if not him, 2 other people based on events I've seen in this episode. And we'll get there in a minute. So the next thing we get to is my girl Lilli, who is still in the show. By the way, Lilli, I'm going to try to get you on the show to do an interview because you is killing it this season. You're killing it. And in instance, Tommy has her go track Claude because Lilli gave her this speech about if she wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth, she'd be working at, what she say, Bojangles or Macy's for $12.50 an hour or something like that.
Yeah, perfume lady or something. Yeah.
And the type of animosity that she had toward Claude tells me that she don't trust that family. And Tommy put her on the detail to go see what she's up to. She was ready to do it.
Yeah. Or I mean, she's looking at Claudia like she's like this little princess up in the castle who never had to get her hands dirty. But I think what she don't know is Claudia
is trying to get her hands
about
dirty.
that life.
Right. Well, Tommy told her.
Yeah.
Tommy told her, look, we working on something with her.
Yeah.
And you might have a different perspective.
She might be a little intrigued when she finds out that Claudia is about that life.
But having said that, Tommy's still trying to figure out what can he trust her or not.
Can you trust Liliana
or
Claudia? Okay.
Yeah. So he's interested in seeing what she's up to because she didn't really tell Tommy what it is that can knock his teeth out. She didn't say what she had. So Tommy's interested in knowing what the hell does she got?
Yeah.
How can I put it in my pipeline? And so then we get a chance to actually see Claudia meeting with someone who's close to the family, but really, really close to her. And she winds up selling little buddy the drugs that she had. and this is the guy she sold it to. Dude reminds me a little bit of Lobo. He's kind of got that androgynous energy. But in essence, he tastes the goods. He's like, whoa, this issue's good.
He liked the goods.
He liked the goods and gave her front money up front for her to come up with bricks of this stuff.
She didn't even tell her how much it cost yet.
Right. He just gave her a suitcase. Right. Talk to me about this.
Now, you see how she stopped him when he was just like, where you get this from, or who did you get this from? She's like, wrong question. That don't matter to you. You getting it from me. And
he did give her the right answer, which was how much.
Right. And then he didn't even wait for the answer. He just slid the suitcase over.
Slid it up. Now, honey, this dude, like, he could be the type that could die because you've got all these people going behind Daddy Flynn back. He knows Daddy Flynn don't want her doing nothing. And he's still willing to do business with her behind Daddy Flynn back.
They don't care. No, money is money.
Money is money, but you know, when you got a family who's ruthless in these streets, is your life worth the value of whatever these drugs is?
Apparently.
For him, when did you see the way he tasted it? Dude looked like me after dieting for 3 months, and then the first time I put a donut in my mouth, Krispy Kreme. That's what he looked like. He was like, "Whoa, give me that." So Claude got something that's gonna knock your teeth out, and this is gonna be interesting with her. What do you think she's gonna need this dude again?
I mean, that he's the one who's gonna move her drugs for now.
For now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they look like they're gonna work together. They're gonna set it up.
Okay. Let's get on over here to this meetup in the restaurant. Now, this was funny. This restaurant was pure tea comedy. Tommy coming there asking for coffee.
They playing old sound like Motown hits or whatever.
The name of the song was Diamond, which is an Easter egg to Diamond himself. And so
back in the 60s.
Right. And this is not a place where they just do coffee. This is not Starbucks, man. This is not Dunkin' Donuts. They don't specialize in doing coffee. And the two white dudes coming here, all they want is coffee. And them brothers basically cussed them the hell out. Told Tommy, you know who you sitting with? You sitting with the champ.
Right.
The champ is here. It's John Cena. And then make the long story short, Vic get invited by Diamond. And I thought this was real good on Vic's behalf, because usually the younger generation at times tend to squash beefs that old generations has. He knows full well that the manner in which Paulie's wife got accosted is not the CBI style. Abduction and all that. Right. But you know whose style it is? And this goes to show you how racist the Flynn and them Irish people is. That is more of my man Rojas style. Abduct you, halfway beat you up, and then return you not dead. That is Rojas style all day. But here's the more racist issue of this. What? Rojas is not African American. He's Mexican American. And you, the damn Flynn Irish family, got the nerve to be lumping black people in with the Mexican folks. That just goes to show you how racist they is. Mark my words, people. It is Rojas responsible for that, and it's gonna come out. And I can't wait to see how the wheelchair bandit, my man J Mo, handles that stuff from prison when it gets out that it was him that did it, not CBI. Now, talk to me about this meeting, honey. Did you like the way Vic and Diamond decided, look, we need to work with Tommy. He's making us money, and money is going to defeat everything.
You given one, I'm starting to look at Vic in a different way. Initially, like I said, I didn't like him starting out, but you see that he has some substance.
Yeah, he definitely does.
And I liked how he called them out. How initially they said, "What secrets bring drama or whatever."
Yep.
And tried to call Vic out, and Vic was like, "Well, I'm sure you keeping a secret too, Diamond, because I'm sure you ain't let your brother Jannard know that we're meeting."
He ain't tell him nothing. He ain't tell him nothing.
Yeah.
But we got questions about that too now. Well, we're gonna get there, but you're right. Diamond ain't telling nobody nothing.
Yeah, so they all got secrets at the table.
The only one who don't got no secret is Tommy.
Right.
Because he's new to the city.
Right.
He will have secret. Well, no, he don't got no secret. He's new to the city. Lillian is not a secret. Because he been bringing her around everywhere he go.
Yeah.
So Tommy really don't got no secrets as of this moment.
Right. He don't have no. Well, he gonna have a little bit of drama later in this episode, but yeah. So I don't know. I just like basically a meeting of the minds. You got the younger generation. The more mature out of each crime organization, the mature party is at the table.
Mm-hmm.
So the son, who basically seemed like he's kind of manning up and saying, "Forget daddy."
Yeah. But he got love on his mind. He got love on him.
Yeah.
As Moochie say, once you go black, you don't go back. Mm-hmm. Tommy about to go back though.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tommy about to go back. Oh, he about to go back. But I agree with you, honey. That was a great meeting of the minds, the three kings, the three guys trying to make big power moves, and they all need each other at this moment.
Right.
And because two of the three is trying to overthrow the family organization.
Pretty much. And
two of those three know that there's heat toward the renegade white guy, Tommy, that has come in and is pulling you guys together to unify these crews. Mm-hmm. Now, when Tommy pulled this off, you better watch out. It's going to be hell to pay in Chicago messing around with Tommy when he's able to pull these different crews together. Mm-hmm. And then you not to mention you're going to throw in Claudia and the SWV Mafia. That's what I'm going to call them three chicks, the SWV Mafia. With Tommy, it's gonna be a whole lot going on.
Who's the SWV Mafia?
I will get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Okay.
All right. So then, ladies and gentlemen, let me pull out somebody who's gonna die. They did not show you this touching moment between Paulie and his son Andre for nothing. Obviously, his son has been some kind of an addict, is out here, on these streets, underneath the bridges and what may have you. And they showed you a tender moment where Paulie is still bringing this man clothes, ornaments, and stuff that the wife made, and is still showing love for his son. And the son asking for money. Dad's like, I need you to go on rehab, but he wound up giving the son money. Honey, they did not put this touching moment. You showing a top-level mob boss, showing a heartwarming moment with a son who has been cast out from society because of his addiction.
Yeah. So either a son is going to die
or Paulie is going to die. Now, some people would say, Paulie, this is what your ass get, because look at what business you're in and look at what your son is doing. But even having said that, he's still reaching out to the son. He didn't have to give the son no money. Someone who really and truly don't give a S about their kid wouldn't even show up. So this just tells me they're showing us a good side to Paulie so that he can kick the bucket.
I mean, but some would argue that giving your son money in that situation is basically
enabling
killing him. I mean, he could take that money and just go buy something that's going to knock him off right then.
Do you think that was Paulie's intention?
Of course, it's not his intention.
Okay.
I think he's conflicted. So, I want to, help my son. He doesn't want to kill him, of course. But a lot of people just give in and just hope for the best.
And some people would call it guilt. Definitely guilt. But at the same time, there are some people who have these situations of guilt, and to ease their guilty conscience, they just avoid it and act like it don't exist. They won't even face it. At least he's facing what is creating guilt amongst him. And I don't think he really gave him that $100 out of guilt. I think he really gave him $100 because that's
what he wanted.
He thinks the son needed for something.
Yeah.
I don't think that he's thinking the son is going to use it for drugs, even though he probably is.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
But one of these two is going to die. And I want you guys to leave me comments. Is it going to be the son or Paulie or both? And if so, which one dies first? All right. And then we get to Lilli, my new favorite character on this show so far, out here doing her job, taking pictures of Claude and her girlfriend, wherever they are, getting their re-up done. Honey, anything strike you with this whole scene?
No. It's just showing her tail. Initially, I'm like, okay, she about to get caught.
I know. Anytime there's a camera angle like this, it makes you think that the person is about to be in some trouble.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna bop them on the side of the head or something.
Right, or snatch them up.
Right.
But no, I mean, it just shows she's just out tracking her, doing what she's supposed to do.
To me, it shows she's a good soldier. That's what it shows. She's tracking Claude. She's got intel on her that she can show Tommy. It shows them. I'm starting to not want to call her Landmine Lilli no more because I'm beginning to trust her. I'm really beginning to trust her. So eventually I might get rid of the name Landmine Lilli. And then next thing, we get the three kings in the yard. And then D gets a call that the cops is coming. Now, this is where things start to get a little questionable for me, honey. Who called D to let him know the cops was coming? Elijah,
yeah.
How the hell did Elijah know that they was going to be there?
Right. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, well, is Diamond still keeping them in the loop about what's going on?
Well, you know he's not doing that because we just heard him admit at the table with Vic that he's not telling Jannard nothing, but that don't mean he ain't telling Elijah nothing.
So did he not tell?
He told Elijah, but didn't tell Jannard.
I mean, but probably he should know probably to telling Elijah is telling Jannard if they supposed to be that close like that. He know they boys like that. That's if he told him. So I just took away from this that he's still kind of keeping Jannard in the loop about. Did Jannard say don't mess with the Yardies?
Yeah, Jannard said don't mess with the Yardies.
Okay, I just took it for granted that he must have told him. And also the fact that they called, I'm assuming that maybe Elijah and them are the ones who made the call to make it seem like they were looking out for him, trying to save him.
Could be that.
So they set it up in order to look like they are the hero.
I believe that Jannard and Elijah set this up. Now, also keep this in mind. When we first seen Seamus the cop here, he popped up in the barbershop when Jannard had stepped away. Which makes me think that Jannard might have a relationship with Seamus the cop very similar to the way Vic has a relationship with Seamus the cop, with his weird looking ass. It makes me think that this was all a stage to try to get Diamond reeled back in. See, because I want to know, how did they know he was there in the first place? Elijah calls, saves him. I'm thinking Jannard staged the whole entire thing. Let Elijah make the call to save him so he can look like they trying to protect them and that he should not be doing no business with renegade white Tommy. That's what I think.
Now, do you think the cop is double dipping? Getting paid by both?
Clearly,
because he was surprised when he saw
Vic there.
In the car.
Right, he was surprised. Vic wasn't supposed to be there.
Right,
Vic was not supposed to be there. So yeah, this cop. If you a dirty cop on any level, there's no limit to how dirty you'll be. You a no limit soldier. You is no limit in your dirtiness.
So you're playing both sides of the fence for two people who are rivals. Of course. So you're keeping surveillance on Diamond.
Yep.
And Jannard.
And Jannard. Yep.
And you also working against. Well, no, because he wasn't working against Vic.
No, but he didn't think Vic was going to be there at all,
right?
And he was.
Now, isn't it odd that I'm like, okay, they running and getting in a truck, and all these cars just pass them up, and they just sitting there. They look so out of place.
Yes.
That nobody stops to see who you are, what you're doing here.
Apparently, they was already in high speed pursuit of the Yardies. Apparently.
Okay.
I mean, and then secondly, honey, why you in the blue Toyota Tacoma with the police chasing you, and you got guns hanging all out your truck and shit? Where they do that at? You being chased by this is not Baghdad. Come on, man.
Yeah, that looked odd.
Golly, stop it, man.
But I just thought it was funny how they could just get on in the car and ride on off.
Because he had them keep going. This is all his thing, and I'm telling y'all. The cop, he's on the chopping block to die too, y'all. You can just cool believe that. He's on the chopping block. Then we get on. Vic admits to Tommy that he knows you putting the plugs in my girl. And Vic tells him, look, we on a break right now. He asked Tommy to come into the bar, and Tommy's like, nah, I ain't going on. I'm not going in there.
Right.
But he eventually says, look, the money is greater than the women.
Right. So I look at them, both of them are building somewhat of a relationship.
Right.
And Vic stops by. I think it was a test. I'm stopping by to see kind of how you react to us going in here together. I think he wanted to see if, is Tommy going to try to play?
Right. How was Tommy going to play?
Yes, he just going to walk on in here and act like ain't nothing going on. So I do think he kind of respected Tommy a little bit for at least not going in there.
Right.
He didn't come clean, but he didn't go in either.
Right.
And apparently Vic ain't have to go in there either, because after he confronted Tommy and they kind of set like the not boundaries, but kind of laid it on the table about what it is. He just got on in the car and rode on off.
Yeah.
So he didn't want nothing. He was testing Tommy.
And Tommy continues to be tested and continues to show these dudes that he is a real G. Tommy just lets you know that money over panty draws. That's what he told Vic. It is money over panty draws. And eventually he goes and tells Glow that to her face. Like, thank you for introducing me to Chicago. Them wham bam thank you ma'ams was good and golden, but I mean my money come before, as Ja Rule say, the bitches. That's what Ja Rule said.
Okay.
And Tommy just put it on Front Street. Look, you my business partner right now, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
That was a moment of respect on behalf of both.
I think both of them have that expectation for the relationship. They just messing around with each other.
To be honest with you, that was probably the moment Vic said to himself, I can fully trust Tommy 100%.
Or I can mess with him a little,
Right.
I can rock with him a little
Right.
bit.
That's that moment. That was the earth-shattering moment for Vic. And hey, pull him up, Tommy, like you told the daddy, pull him up. So then, honey, we go back to this. This is the barbershop. When Diamond get back, Jannard and Elijah is chastising this dude like, bro, you keep making all these mistakes out on these streets. I saved you from the police. Jannard, jealous ass, is mad because he's still fooling around with Tommy.
Right.
Honey, talk to me about this situation right here. Is Diamond really making all these mistakes that Jannard is trying to say he's making, or is Diamond being set up?
I still think in this situation, Diamond was set up.
He was set up.
Now, granted, he did make a misstep when Jannard was telling him, don't meet with Daddy Flynn. And he did.
Right.
So I guess Jannard gets 1 point for that.
No, he can't really get no point for that. You know why? Because even though it didn't work out with Daddy Flynn, who did it work out with?
Right, it's working out with
And had Diamond not showed up for that meeting, Vic wouldn't have seen that Diamond is a real G.
Right.
So keep going.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say about this scene.
Hey, nothing else to say. It's just buffering and highlighting
that you still have, this conflict between the two of them.
Right.
And Jannard is still mad at you running around. So it's just showing there's still tension.
Jannard is the Black Tommy. That's what it is. Jannard is irate. He's a little jealous.
He's a Black Vic.
Black Vic, excuse me. Black Vic, yeah. He's looking at this thing like, bruh, it's supposed to be ours. If I don't get to wear the crown, we're supposed to be wearing it together. And instead of you listening to me, you out here taking notes from the renegade white dude, and the renegade white dude likely just got you hemmed up. But what Jannard don't know, that we as smart, astute fans, especially my audience out there, all 235 of y'all, please give us a like, subscribe, and come back Wednesday for the interview I'm going to be doing with Tanya Glenn. She played Leslie on Hightown. We know better. We see everything your jealous ass doing.
So this is the checkers and chess thing.
Yep. We know you set your brother up 100%, bro. You're not fooling us. And one of these days you're going to set him up, and it's going to be your ass, Mr. Postman, and somebody else going to be driving that Lamborghini truck. That's what's going to happen. And so then we get on to this. Now, this is Daddy Flynn. Now, this is another one. How Daddy Flynn know everything?
So that's the thing. Everybody got secrets now, but they don't really got secrets.
Yeah. How the hell Daddy Flynn know? Because Daddy Flynn, I don't think Daddy Flynn didn't talk to the police officer. That's Vic's dude. That's Vic's handler. Unless the police officer, Seamus, is going behind Vic back talking to the daddy.
Right.
That's the only way Daddy Flynn would know, unless Paulie is telling everybody. So I'm trying to figure out how Daddy Flynn know. And did you like the way Vic picked up his wine glass and threw that shit at the fireplace like, bruh, I'm a man. I'm a man.
So Vic
but I'm like, bro, you're gonna throw that glass, punch him. Don't just throw the glass. Don't be like what K Michelle. Oh, you shaking the tables. Like, don't just shake a table. You're gonna do something. Step up to him.
So Vic is getting a little bit of confidence, I guess, because the way he's moving out in the streets with Tommy or whatever.
True.
So I think his confidence is growing, and also Gloria?
Yeah.
She's putting a little bit of heat on him. So not only does he want to get back with his girl, he's getting confidence in the street, and now he realizes that he has to stand up to his father.
Right.
Because of course, ultimately, he's the one who's going to have to take it over. And he wants to change, and this is the first time we've seen him at least, stand up a little bit. So,
honey, breaking news, honey. I got to pause you right there. Hold that thought. Breaking news, honey. I just saw. Now, y'all got to bear with me because I don't read the comments. Usually, I'll be in and out of them. But we just got a $49.99 super chat from Monica. Let me give you that M sign, Monica Ryle. Wow. Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
What did it look like?
Look like Star Trek or something. Go.
I am so appreciative of that super chat. Let me give you a video. So, honey, what video we gonna give her? What you want to give her? I got the rent is too damn high. I got Killmonger. I got a black white supremacist Dave Chappelle. Which one would you like?
I like that.
Monica. Well, what would you like, honey?
Oh, well, Monica tell what she want to listen.
Well, we got to keep the show moving,
okay,
honey.
Just go to rent is too dang high.
The rent is too damn high. Okay, because it is high right now. That rent, bro.
I represent the rent is too damn high party. Playing the silly game, it's not going to happen. The rent too damn high movement, the people I'm here to represent can't afford to pay their rent. Listen, someone's stomach, child's stomach just growled. Did you hear it? Rent is too damn high.
Rent is too damn high. He need to make one called the gas is too damn high.
Right.
That gas is a mess out there. But yeah, honey, finish your thought on Daddy Flynn basically attacking the son.
I mean, like Vic is just starting to stand up to his daddy. So he made a really good statement. He said, so the daddy what did he tell the daddy? If I leave Monica, if I leave and go with Glow, I'll never be a man.
Right.
But if I stay here with you, I'm always a boy.
I'm always a boy.
And the daddy, he walked off. And the daddy's sitting there looking like,
Nina.
Like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true.
How you fix that?
That's right. You fix that by instead of throwing that glass at the fireplace, you punch the daddy in the face. So basically,
I don't win in either situation. My back is against the wall, so why not choose what's gonna make me happy?
Exactly.
And I think the daddy was kind of got it, maybe. Yeah.
I think the daddy got it. Okay, so Monica Rao says Black RNs ATL. Wow, honey, I think we should take a tour. Since you don't want to have nothing to do with Detroit no more, maybe we should go to Atlanta.
I say I don't want nothing to do.
So
with
can
Detroit.
we move to Detroit?
I don't want to move back to Detroit. It's too cold.
Okay, so
we can go visit, but no, I'll never denounce Detroit.
You just denounced them. You said we can't move.
He said I don't want to move there.
That's denouncing them.
Just go. Okay. No, it's not.
See, Detroit. See how I stand up for y'all.
Detroit.
I see how I stand up for Detroit.
Oh goodness. And Inkster, Inktown. Thank you.
Y'all ain't even got no more high schools in Inkster.
Go. Just
talking about Inktown. Ain't no high schools in Inkster. Anyway, moving right along. Tommy goes here, breaks up with Glow. Saw this coming a mile away.
Were they together? They weren't together.
I mean, they were one night standing.
So he's saying he not. It's that look on Glow face. She ain't looking like it's over. When he walked off, she was sitting there like, "Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow."
Please, Power, don't make her become a crazy black woman. Please don't.
No, she's not. She just said basically you. Yeah, he's basically saying we ain't gonna be in a relationship. No, I'm backing off.
He's basically saying, I'm not coming to your bar no more.
Okay. Well,
nor am I coming to that bar either.
So she said the look on her face was, we ain't gonna meet up in the bar, but I'll see you at your crib and you will see me at mine.
Fellas, that's the look on a woman's face when you
As
have
she
done
sipped her wine or
yes,
liquor, whatever she was
fellas,
drinking.
that is the look on a woman's face when your ass has done a great job of beating it up and you think you about to walk away.
Lamont. Okay.
Oh, you said
that's
it.
how basically
That you your ass ain't going nowhere. That rope is around your foot.
Looking like you'll be back.
Yeah. Or I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
But you know, do you think that because of what she has done with Tommy, has that made her kind of start liking him more and got on beyond Vic, or do you still think that there's still a little small shred of her that likes Vic?
I don't think she is one to string Vic along. So I think she's still interested in Vic, but I think she sees Tommy maybe as a possibility if. I mean, yeah.
Here's a case of one of those.
She was peeking out the window and she saw everything that went on.
She saw it all
with that whole conversation between the two of them. If she's not keeping no secrets, she ain't, you know.
No.
But no, I don't think she would string Vic along if she didn't have any feelings for him. So the door is still open with Vic. Tommy is just something to do until she figure out she no longer has feelings for Vic or she's ready to move on.
Can we get a scenario where she decided to move on with Vic but realized she's pregnant with Tommy baby?
No.
So do you think Tommy been hammering Hank and her with protection?
Goodness. That'll be a hot mess. And then let Tommy have a kid, and as big as he is about family, he going crazy. No, whatever. I don't know. I don't want that situation.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. The writers do. Of course you don't.
Go.
But the writers would love to have a situation like that.
I mean, but as many people know, Tommy had, what's her name?
Tommy still
he did have a baby, right? He didn't know she was pregnant.
Holly, yeah. But she didn't get to deliver. Imagine if Tommy done got this one. And for those of you mice that's sitting out there that love to take my videos and make theories, you can have this one. Everybody know where it came from. Tommy get this girl pregnant, and then she wound up getting back with your boy. And then they thinking it's really Vic's baby.
I mean, but Vic, no, she been messing with Tommy
until the DNA test come.
I don't think that would happen.
I would love it.
Vic knows that she messing around with Tommy, and so all you got to do is count the dates on the calendar.
Well, what if they get back together?
And Vic would just have to accept the fact that that's Tommy's baby. I think they mature enough to just raise the baby.
Okay. Well, your post your comments down below.
Yeah.
Can they business handle a Tommy baby with this look on her face? She got the look on her face like, you think you walking away? I'm gonna have your baby.
Oh no. I don't think she's looking at him like that.
And Tommy is that tough dude. And you know how y'all women like bad boys. Y'all think y'all can turn them good. Tommy is that bad boy that she thinks she's gonna be able to fix. And that is definitely the look of you ain't going nowhere.
Do y'all really think that Gloria wants to be in a relationship with Tommy, or is he just something to keep her entertained?
I think she wants to be in a relationship with him, but he don't want to be in no relationship with her. I mean, you said it yourself. Look at that. Look at that look.
But she still, I mean, she could be looking at it the same way Tommy is looking at it. It's just something to do.
No, you already done made an argument that look means I'm going to be getting you some more. That is Tommy.
Not as in we need to be in a relationship. It's just we gonna hook up again.
Tommy cutting that off. Tommy said no. And she looking like.
So let me just clarify my point. I don't think Gloria wants to be at this point in a relationship with Tommy. She understands what it is. It's just a booty call, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And there's no strings attached. That's how I feel like she's looking at it with Tommy.
So that face of hers is like, oh, I'm still gonna get the draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tommy said no.
Okay.
No means no.
Okay. Well, we'll see who was right.
Tommy said no.
That look on Gloria's face looking like
I'm gonna rape you.
No, it ain't.
Tommy said no, and no means no.
Okay, Lamont.
No means no.
We need to move on. We've been on this subject for too long.
Okay, so then Tommy walks out the bar, and look who ironically is popping up at the bar. Daddy Flynn. And what did he call Tommy?
What?
You remember what he was calling Tommy? What he told his son Tommy was? Just popping up out the blue and all that stuff. You don't remember what he was calling Tommy? Okay, I'm sure you don't.
What did he call him?
In any event, I'll save that name for a minute. He tells Tommy, look, man, what you doing with my son? And I'm still trying to figure out, how do he know that these dudes had a meeting. Tommy's not even acting like he worried about the daddy Flynn know everything. He ain't. Tommy's just like, and basically Tommy tells him, look, maybe your son want to be in my business. I'm pulling him up. And then Daddy Flynn said Tommy has a problem with his partner, Liliana. How does he even know that he's got an issue with her?
Maybe I didn't catch that.
Yeah, you didn't, because he didn't call her by her name.
Okay. I don't know. So
remember, don't you remember the daddy said a storm is coming? He's talking about Lilli.
Okay.
Talking about the storm. So is he connected to the Serbs? You think they know each other? All these crime bosses usually have meetings. Like they have board meetings and shit. Like they just like, you got the crime boss from the north, from the east, and the south. They come have these meetings. They talk about the problems. Is there any way that he was in a meeting with Tatiana, which we'll talk about her in a minute?
I don't know, but somebody's getting information from somewhere. So somebody's a leak. Somebody's communicating behind the scene. I guess just like you have Vic and Diamond and all them meeting up, you probably got other people behind the scenes meeting up as well.
Of course.
Yeah. So there's a little birdie that's carrying information. I thought it was interesting how Tommy stood up to Daddy Flynn, because initially it seemed like he was trying to ingratiate himself to Daddy Flynn when we first met them
in the first episode. Yes, now he's really just blowing them off.
Yeah, now he's like, oh, you the last person I wanted to see.
I want to see you.
So he was just straight up, I don't really care for you, and maybe I'm doing your son a favor and helping him step up his game.
Daddy Flynn. You would think Daddy Flynn knows that this mutiny is coming from both his kids, since he know all this.
Right.
I mean, damn, he the Wizard of Oz. He know all this. Right. You would think he know what his daughter's doing. I don't even think he see his daughter coming.
And he trying to get his house in order because he know his days are limited, or at least that's what it seems like. And so, basically he telling Tommy, leave my son alone. Tommy saying, your son don't want to be left alone. He came looking for me, pretty much. Now I will say, Daddy Flynn is playing his role.
Yeah.
Like just listening to him talking, the intensity and the accent or whatever. How did he say? Shite. Yeah. So he's doing a really good job of playing that role.
That's shite. Eat that shite ice cream.
Oh goodness.
His shite sound like he's saying Irish to somebody. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Now this was funny. JP and Tommy meet JP's daddy, and this is a no nonsense daddy.
We learned that this is the guy from the old school diner.
Yeah.
And he looking over at Tommy like, who are you? Basically, if you came from Kate and you was raised by Kate, then you ain't ish.
You ain't nothing, right?
And so he's just sitting back trying to feel Tommy out and figure out who he was. Don't you dare, Tommy, interrupt me when I'm on the road telling y'all about stuff that happened back in the day.
Says every good man to his wife.
Oh goodness.
I got you, fellas. I say the things that y'all can't say, but I loved it too. I loved that scene too. I enjoyed it. I'm scared though that daddy might die. Like I just
you think everybody gonna anybody that's
scared,
sitting
man.
in the scene.
Anybody that they put into a scene to make you have emotions tied behind them, to make you feel, oh, we need to protect him, is always bait. It's clickbait for death.
I didn't get that.
Now the daddy's already sick. He already sick.
The daddy on here?
Yeah, he's sick. He got cancer or something.
I didn't catch that.
I mean, he got kneecap cancer. He got a cane.
That don't mean he's got cancer.
He could have kneecap cancer.
Something.
The daddy gonna die.
I didn't catch that from that scene.
Well, don't you remember that the son said he's been paying dad's hospital bills? You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay, the daddy gonna die.
Oh goodness. Okay, Lamont. We'll see.
Post comments.
I don't get it from that.
Post your comments.
When you say somebody's gonna die, I'm thinking he about to get caught up in some type of conflict with whoever.
That's not the only way death.
I think the point of Daddy being in this scene was just to kind of give a little bit more context to how Kate ended up having him and having a son. So it's giving a little bit more legitimacy to JP in this situation.
And it also lets you know JP is a straight shooter. that we think.
Yeah, we think.
So,
and and
I
I looked at the daddy seems like he's about his business. Like he ain't into nothing dirty. He was, he raised his son, quote unquote, right. And so that would make you think JP has more of a cleaner background. What they don't know is Tommy's involvement in everything. No, and I don't think the daddy don't trust Tommy right now at all. Mm-hmm. So, and again, he looking at him like, if you was raised by Kate, like I said, you ain't nothing. So you got to be shiesty if you was raised by Kate.
I would love for him to tell more stories of what him and Kate did back in the day.
He said he was 17. They ain't, I was 17.
He wasn't ready to be a dad.
Yeah.
Who is ready to be a parent in this era of life?
I mean, but look, he raised his son.
He did. Shout out to my folks that's been complaining about they want to see stories with good African-American men. It don't get no better than that. Dude was 17, still raised his son. Mm-hmm. That's what you get.
Yeah.
And JP seems like he's a standout dude too.
And Tommy is agreeing with him the whole way. You're right. If I was raised by Kate, I ain't no good.
Oh, Tressa C said Daddy was dirty at some point in time. He was messing with Kate.
True. Maybe. Maybe.
Or it could have been.
Kate was just.
Wait a minute.
She could have been a good time girl.
I was about to say Kate could have just been the doorknob, Tressa. I mean, like if you the doorknob girl, it ain't. Can you knock a brother for just getting a pee? But what you can knock for, bro, you got a pregnant. You can't get the good time girl pregnant.
I mean, you young, you don't know what you're doing. You're irresponsible. If you got Tristan Thompson at his big age, you can't fault the 17-year-old high schooler.
It takes two to tango, right?
Right.
So these women is giving it up to Tristan Thompson. Unprotected, right?
Probably, and they doing what they
was what
getting that bag. That's Tristan Thompson. But basically, my point is, I guess they young, so you can't fault him for getting Kate pregnant.
Right. I mean, it happens. I mean, stuff happens, and you know how us men say we can't feel nothing. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we get old Vic talking to Seamus. And basically, we learned that everybody on this show got leverage on everybody. He has leverage on Seamus because apparently he thinks that the only way Seamus can take care of himself and his little sister is through the extra payments that he's getting paid. But this is the problem with that, folks. Vic don't know that Seamus is double dipping. We do, but he don't. Talk about this scene, honey. But Seamus act like Vic had him in this scene, but we're gonna learn Seamus getting money from probably Jannard too. But talk about it, honey.
I mean, this is just a situation where Vic is threatening Seamus a little bit, or basically saying, "I know." Basically, if you don't want nothing to happen to your sister, you better fall in line. That's what I got from this. Well, but he did the same thing Claudia did to the councilman. I know where your family is.
To me, it seemed like Claudia was threatening to kill. In this situation, it felt more like Vic was just saying, if I take my money away, you're not going to be able to take care of your sister. That's how it came off to me. It didn't come off to me like Vic was saying, I'm going to come and get your sister, as much as it was, if you upset me, I got this dirt on you and I can take my payments away. And you can't survive and take care of your sister on a cop's salary.
Okay.
That's what it felt like to me. But then, honey, the part that had my heart stop, I was like Tony Braxton. I'll never breathe again. The Serbs came in there and got Lilli, Landmine Lilli. Oh my goodness! I was like, you can't kill Landmine Lilli the way y'all building her character up. And they grabbed her, was beating the hell out of her, talking about my drugs. And then they begins to torturing her, honey. They torture her by putting the cigar on her arm. He was like, bruh, your cheap ass cigar. My daddy used to do this to me. And your cigar is cheap. It doesn't hurt.
That's sad.
Then they was about to put it in her eye.
In her eye or on her face?
I think they was going to put it in her eye.
I thought they was going to scar her. Well, it don't matter.
Yeah. No, honey. That was going in the eyeball. And then she was able to text Tommy and say ghost. Talk about Landmine Lilli.
Yeah, I mean, we caught this when we realized she was still squatting in the apartment of the person that she killed and was sitting on all them drugs. So, and I'm thinking like, dummy. Didn't we tell you? Didn't Tommy tell you? And you claim to be so smart. That was just a dumb decision. And so basically, yeah, she just sat and that don't make sense, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it had to happen. And I wasn't worried at all.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm like, oh, well, Tommy just gonna have to come save her.
Right.
Yeah.
And of which in the next scene he did, he shot them up in the truck.
Not that, yeah.
And while Tommy's shooting her up, she over here chopping up Fatback Twin. I mean, just chopping them like she was chopping them up the way my grandma would cut Fatback and put it in the collard green, man. Just choop, 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 choop. Mm-hmm. And then she told Tommy homeboy got a twin brother. Uh-huh. And Tommy basically wanted to get some information from her about what was you thinking in this situation? Mm-hmm. And she tells Tommy that they boss
is a woman.
Is a woman.
Right. How dare he assume that it's a man? How dare he assume that it's a man?
But he probably assumes that because in his
most
history,
of them are men.
History of dealing with drug boss, Tommy's history.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
how many have been a woman? Right.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's just in his history. Not saying that it's not. Now, if he was on Power Book Ghost, then you'd be dealing with Monet, who is a woman. Mm-hmm. But he's not dealt with a woman per se. And so he told her to clean up the stuff, man. They pushed the truck in the river and let her know that they're coming back for some get back. Mm-hmm. They coming back for some get back.
So I guess that's gonna be their code now. When something going down, bring ghosts with you, huh?
Right. And then after that, Tommy's worried about the repercussions of what may happen. Mm-hmm. So Tommy decides to take her to the barbershop for safekeeping. Right. And they drop her off. And I was just sitting here licking my chops. You know this about to be good because her and Jannard got a history. What was you thinking when you seen this?
Just like you said, sitting back with my popcorn, about to watch some craziness go on.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. And then after that,
now I will say I enjoyed the exchange between her and Jannard. So, like you said, she got a mouth. Mm-hmm. Liliana get somebody in check quick.
Now, I stand corrected. They did mess around with one woman, Alicia Jimenez. Okay. The Jimenez cartel. Right. Appreciate that, Riley. And then we get the new woman who ain't last very long. Tatiana lands. They show her the picture of Lilli and it's off to the races to go get Lilli. Now, honey, when I first seen this woman, the first thing I said to myself, she doesn't look menacing at all. Mm-hmm. And I know you're thinking, what does a menacing crime boss woman look like? It looks like Alicia Jimenez. She looked menacing. Mm-hmm. It looks like Monet. She looks menacing. There was nothing menacing about this woman. Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, she looks like she is a political reporter on CNN. Mm-hmm. That's what I first. What did you think when you first saw her?
I was trying to figure out if I remembered her from Power. Were we supposed to have seen her before?
I don't recall if she popped up or not. But she told you she saved Tommy's life from Jason.
I vouched for you. Yeah. I was just trying to remember her face.
Right. Okay, so then we get on to Tommy is telling Dee what the plan is. Mm-hmm. They can infiltrate the Serbs, take all their connects, and move in. And he tells Tommy, bruh, you really about to take on Mucinix or whatever his name is, Brucevitz, whoever it is. Uh-huh. And Diamond's like, I know I owe you one, but I can't roll with you on this one. That got me thinking, bruh.
Right.
This Mucinex sound like something you take when your stomach blocked up.
Sound like you saying
Mucinex. When you got blocked passages. This dude must be tough as hell. Mm-hmm. Tommy ain't scared. Uh-huh. But Diamond's like, nah, bro, you on your own. Mm-hmm. What was you thinking going down in Tommy's head when he's like, bro, you ain't gonna help me on this one? Mm-hmm. We could, and at first, Diamond was like, yo, I'll kill him, and we go 50-50 instead of, we doing this thing where you're gonna tax me. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden he just backed out.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you think, honey?
I mean, Diamond is more of like the level-headed guy who don't want a lot of bloodshed. And he basically knows what he can handle as an organization, as a crime leader. And so it made you think that whoever Tommy was about to meet up with or whoever he was trying to get involved with basically is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But again, Power Universe has a history of building people up to be big and bad.
Oh, this chick worked in Club Truth. She was Milan's partner.
Okay.
Remember, and they all worked under Jason.
Okay.
Yeah, she was Milan's partner. She was in Truth.
Okay.
And it's like so many characters. You got to dig deep in your archives and remember how they be bringing these characters back.
Mm-hmm.
But she did work in Truth. She was Milan's partner, and she really didn't do nothing but just work there with a partner, whatever, because they was taking care of security for the family at one point in time.
Okay.
Yeah, you be having to dig deep. So that's the person that Courtney Kemp said was from the original Power that they were bringing back.
Okay.
That lady right there.
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. 5 quick minutes.
Okay.
All right. So then we get on to this scene right here. Now, this was something kind of different. JP comes here. The son is about to go shoot up the shop. His homie want to rob.
Mm-hmm.
D's like, nah, we're not robbing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
JP comes running out with a baseball bat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, never run to a gunfight with a baseball bat. It's just not going to be good.
Right.
And then the homeboy pulls out the guns about to shoot him. Son saves his daddy.
Of course. I mean, the son is hurt. He just want to mess with him. I
Right.
just want to mess with him. Yeah.
And
he didn't expect the daddy to be there.
No,
so,
he
and he
didn't.
don't want the son, his guy to do too much damage.
Right.
So which
right.
lets you know he's just trying to get his father's attention.
Mm.
It also lets you know how volatile it is, like Diamond said, to have these guys involved. Because here you are with your partner just telling him I just want you to shoot it up.
Mm-hmm.
And he got other plans.
Mm-hmm.
It gets so, kind of caught off guard that he pulls a gun out. You could have easily shot him.
Could have shot him. He could have. Now, do you think this? So this is what I was saying. This could be a turning point for this kid, or this is the writers letting us know this kid ain't all bad.
No,
he's not completely
just hurt, and he want his daddy.
So, do you think that if he can get reunited with his daddy, that he might get off these streets, or are they creating a bigger problem where he might spend time with his daddy and decide I might give up the street, but then realize Tommy is the man in Chicago and want to work for Tommy, causing a bigger rift in the family? The daddy want the son off the street. Tommy see a decent soldier, and now they fighting with each other.
I don't see Tommy. I think if JP told Tommy, leave my son alone,
Right.
he would leave him alone.
Okay.
I mean, granted, that's Tommy's nephew.
Yeah.
So,
like Tommy didn't want Tariq in the streets per se.
Yeah. So I don't see that type of conflict. But it's just setting the stage that eventually JP is going to come to the realization that that's my son.
I think he knew that was his son right there.
Yeah, because when he ran off, he did look kind of like he was thinking about it a little bit. Like,
right.
Who is this guy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I kind of felt like he got a sense that that's his son in that moment. Mm-hmm. And the way the son ran off, son didn't want him to catch that realization. He kind of skirted off like a elementary child or something.
Right.
Just, oh, I'm just gonna run.
He didn't expect to stare his father in the face. In that
exactly.
situation.
So do you think this is going to stop him from doing this, shoot him up in the future? Because you got your dad full undivided attention right now.
Right. Yeah. I think next step is for him to finally maybe say something to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can't wait to see where that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is the picture of the dream house that Vic thought Glow had threw away as she been saving it. Which tells me, ladies and gentlemen, she still has deep feelings for him,
right.
Even though Tommy been washing that hair out.
Like I said, so I don't think she would leave Vic alone, leave him on. I think she was honest when she said, basically, the door is still open, but I ain't gonna be waiting on you, so you better get here before somebody else get here.
She kept that little makeshift picture house.
And then go act like she can't care and throw it in the trash in his face.
She threw it in the sink.
But still, she threw it away in his face.
Girl, quit playing that hard to get. Why is she playing so hard to get? Like she knows she want him.
Is she playing hard to get?
She's playing hard to get. Like she want him to get his situation where the daddy, I guess, can accept them being together. But he's telling her, look, I don't care what my daddy say. Girl, I want them chocolate loins. Mm-hmm. But she's the one I think at this point putting up the barrier, like, bruh, because she don't care. She don't care that he's in the street, obviously, because she's doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking money from the street lords. She don't care about that. The thing that I think is the thing that's holding her back is she feels like the daddy is going to always be the deterrent from them being together.
Mm-hmm.
But the son is telling you.
I mean, and the daddy said y'all ain't ever going to be together.
That's what the daddy said.
Right.
But you see what the son is breaking glasses, shaking tables,
Right.
making alliances with Tommy. That his daddy, he wants this woman.
So he ready to make it. He's doing what she told him to do in order to get back with him.
Then why is she looking at Tommy? Let me go back to this picture. Yeah, I keep evidence. I don't forget nothing. Let me go back to this picture. Then why is she? I can't even find a picture.
Because Tommy is entertainment.
What the?
Until Vic get it together.
What?
I still don't think they have any feelings. She don't have any feelings for him.
So are you saying people just sleep with people without having feelings for them?
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen, from a woman. I can rock with that. Moving right along. We right here now. This was funny. We get the whole backstory to Lilli and Jannard. Mm-hmm. He owed her this money. He also trying to be nosy in Tommy's history. Mm-hmm. He pays her the money, and she's like, "I'll let you touch my scar. You give me my money." Mm-hmm. Well, not only did he pay the money, and she let him touch the scar. Homeboy was up there sucking on that scar like it was a nipple in the Playboy Club.
Or Moochie and what was that? Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Yeah, he was up there. I mean, bro was making love to the scar.
And she was just like, okay, thank you.
Right. It was a transaction for her.
I'm like, okay, is this gonna be like some type of emotional moment?
No. For Lilli, it's absolutely nothing but transaction.
Right. Is she gonna be like, oh, he kind of finds me attractive? No, she was like, oh, thank you.
Well, I mean, every hardcore dude, Paulie liked her because of the scar. Mm-hmm. He liked her because of the scar.
Right.
And he was even in there talking about how she said she couldn't call HR because he kept right on messing with her. She couldn't even get her job done.
Yeah, it's to the point where she just had to leave. And he was like, well, you left before you finished the job. She was like, well, sorry. So, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Now, this is, boy, I don't think that situation is over with them. Lilli might have to be a mediator between Jay and Diamond and Tommy at some point in time. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind all the people that like Lilli, including me. I'm on Lilli team now. Paulie like her, who might have to be a mediator for Flynn and Tommy and Vic. And you see, obviously, Jannard has a connection to Lilli. She might have to be the connection between Tommy, Jannard, and Diamond. Yes. So Lilli, you're doing your thing, man.
Now, and you know what? We also think that eventually she's going to have Claudia in her pocket.
Yes, I do believe she's going to have Claudia in her pocket because I do think that she's going to learn how to make them drugs. And it's going to be cutting it up, and she might be in bed with. We already to the subject, the new SWV Mafia, which is Claudia, the doctor, and her girlfriend. This is the SWV Mafia.
And so Claudia is Coco.
Claudia can be Coco. And which one you want the doctor to be?
You got Taj and you got I'm missing the other name. It don't matter, I guess, because Claudia's calling the shots. I guess Claudia is Coco.
Yep.
Lilli. I
think it's Lilli. Yeah. So this is the SWV Mafia. And what's so dangerous about them? Claude and her girlfriend are actually blackmailing this girl who is the one who's creating the drugs.
Yes.
Because this chick did some underhanded dealing to try to get the thing approved with the FDA. It didn't work. While the girlfriend brought the VCs, and if y'all don't know what VC stands for, venture capitalists, to provide the money. And Claude is telling her, look, you ain't got no choice but to work with us.
Right. Now, Claudia she's kind of strong arm in both of them.
Yep.
So the girlfriend, if that's the girlfriend, whoever she is, she's the one who she's looking at Claudia like she's very hesitant about interacting with her or dealing with her only exclusively. She said, I want to make sure I have the right Flynn. And so Claudia is creating a situation where I think eventually they may stab her in the back. I mean, when you got two people working under you who are intimidated by you, I don't, they're not in this willingly, it seems like.
I mean, but there's a lot of people not involved in these pipelines willingly.
True.
And
but there's going to be some drama within
within SWV. The doctor probably is going to be the one to break because she don't want to be involved in this thing, or she might go work for somebody else's organization. When this drug hit the street heavy, I mean, like heavy, because it seems like this drug gonna knock your socks off.
I mean, if she trains Liliana on how to do it, then she could bounce, basically.
She could bounce.
Potentially.
Right. And Lilli and them is on a highway to a heaven, a road course. That's where they're going. Then last but not least, Tatiana pulls up in her sweet-ass Maybach truck, thinking that she was going to kill Tommy. Tommy kills her and all her whole crew. But Tatiana tells him Merkovich. And I'm just like, damn, dude, he played for the NBA. He just won the NBA Rookie of the Year. That's Nikola Nokovic. Is coming to get Tommy. Honey, should Tommy be worried that he's taking out this lady and her boss is coming?
I don't know. As easy as it was to take them out. I mean, apparently he should be worried. If he go by what Diamond's hesitancy, he should be worried.
Well, let me make this point to you. Diamond was hesitant to work with them, but who wasn't? Who shot them? Vic. Diamond was scared,
right?
My people, but Vic earned his cookie. Remember, Tommy said,
because Vic is trying to get
this. How you get your cookie?
Right.
And he got his cookie. So what
cookie? Who you trying? This how you get blowback?
That's how you get them cookies. And if you want your wife to cook you cookies, fellas, do something sweet for their mamas. Like I did, and go away for a day and leave them home with the kid by himself, and you'll get cookies cooked for you too. Ain't that right, honey? So everybody want cookies, and we ain't talking about your girl from Empire. We don't want her cookies. We want cookies, tasty cookies.
Okay.
So, but obviously Vic ready to get his hands dirty, and Vic was where Diamond said no, Vic said yes, and he came through for Tommy big time. But why did Tommy have to slice this girl neck the same way that Lamont and Lilli chopped up fatback neck?
No, Tommy just did a slit, didn't he? She was doing like she was stabbing.
Well, they did torture her. They did try to burn her skin and about to stick the cigarette in her eyeball. Yeah. But like she said, he's got a twin. So don't be surprised if we see that twin working with Mushevich or whatever his name is coming through. Okay. Anything you want to say to the people, honey, before we get out of here?
I want to say
yes
that I am worried about Glow.
You worried about Glow?
If
you think she's gonna die?
If she's the source of conflict for the daddy, why not just take her out?
Wait a minute. Hold up. Ain't this the same girl that said, Lamont, you think everybody's gonna die doing her finger like my daughter do?
No.
Well, why do you think Glow has got to die?
I mean, because Glow is the reason there's conflict between the daddy. He's the reason that Vic is trying to lead a family. And so why not just...
Is not Tommy a reason why Vic is about to lead a family too?
But Gloria is like the prize. That's why he wants to lead the family. Is because the daddy ain't letting him be with her. And when he pulled up to the shop, I'm like, why is he... They hang out at her place, right? Yeah, I'm just worried about Gloria. Because that'll be a simple fix to the daddy's problem.
No, that might push your son away completely. You kill his panty drawers. True. I really don't want to have nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, you might be my enemy. You kill my panty drawers and I find out you did it.
Anyways, I'm still. Do Daddy look like he's scared?
No.
Okay.
No, you don't like he's scared. He about to die anyway. But at the same time, he want his legacy to continue because he's got bosses he answers to too from Ireland.
Well, he might feel like if Vic leaves a family, you ain't family no more anyway. So I'm about to kill your girl who you trying to run off with.
Y'all heard it here first. She done made a death prediction, Glow. And by the way, come on back Wednesday to all my Hightown fans. One half of Leslie, played by Tanya Glanz, will be here live and in person, taking questions, talking season 3.
Darn you, Leslie.
And damn, I didn't know she modeled on the side. I will antagonize her about that when she gets here. So You guys have a good one. Don't forget to like the video. I will get my snowfall video up that I missed, and I will get my Bel Air video up that I missed tomorrow. And we will be going live with Moochie and Rojas tomorrow. And I will ask Rojas to his face, are you responsible for Paulie's wife? And you blamed it on CBI. Sounds legitimate to me, don't it? Mm-hmm. All right. Till that next Sex is Hell video, guys. We'll see you. Rojas.